What an icon we're talking about today, the Chevy Corvette. America's sports car was introduced to the world in 1953. It's manufactured in America's heartland in Kentucky, and it's now in its 8th generation and more popular than ever. I'm Rick DiUlio. As we get ready for the Syracuse Nationals this year, I wanted to go out into our area and see some of the coolest classic Corvettes and meet their owners and get their stories. I hope you'll sit back, take that trip with me, and enjoy classic Corvettes of Central New York. And if you do enjoy the content, please hit that subscribe button.
You know, some people I know had Corvettes, and I heard about this one. You know, I went and looked at it, and it was dismantled. It was all taken apart, and, you know, everything was scattered. And so I bought it and put it back together and put a motor together and painted it. You know, but I was like 19 or 20. Honestly, I was a kid, and I wanted a cool car, and I still have it. That was a long time ago. I think I got it in '79. Math's not too good, but it was a long time ago. I painted it in 1985. I painted it, so that was a while ago too. And I've driven it an awful lot. I use it all the time. I've driven it every year since, you know, and got a lot of use out of it. I really have. It's a cool car. When I got the car, it didn't have an engine, so I put together a motor and put it in it and drove it for years, and then swapped to a bigger motor, and that's what's in it now, as a, you know, a non-original small block Chevy, you know. And so we used to drag race and stuff some and that, but fortunately I never smashed it, and do less of that now. But, you know, I go out and, you know, like I said, I use it a lot. And, you know, my son was little, we'd put him in the middle, and we'd come down here to the fireworks and some little car shows occasionally. And we used to go, you know, camping in it. Definitely used it. Yeah, I mean, one time I drove down to the Maple Grove, Pennsylvania, to one of those super Chevy things they had, you know. That was years ago. You know, and Asta up there, and occasionally on the street, maybe. You know, it's kind of iconic, red and white old vet with the white on the side. So it does draw a lot of attention, and people seem to like that style, and they notice it a lot. Like I have a 67 El Camino and a 70 Chevelle and a 66 Corvette I'm working on, and a 60 sedan delivery wagon, and a lot of old cars, more than anybody should have, honestly. It's kind of a disease, you know. I had the cars for a long, long time, and, you know, most of the cars I had for over 30 years, and I buy them as project cars, and, you know, I kind of attach to them, and I don't like to sell them. I mean, so when Debbie and I got married in the car, I mean, well, drove to and from the wedding in the car, you know, just years and years, you know, like I said. I've had it for a long time. Really, it's just as part of me and us, and I guess people kind of know me by that, you know. I would drive it to work and for years, so like I said, I've had it for 40 or 50 years. That's a long time. But it's been a good car.
I inherited the 1960 Corvette from my stepmother. It belonged to my father, and it had been in our family since
The early 60s.
The early 60s.
It was daddy. It was Daddy's baby.
That was his legacy.
The engine was tired when we got it, so we had that redone. The internals built on it. We, just the stuff that wore over time. The seat covers got replaced. Her dad actually had painted that car back in the, I think, early 70s.
It was the early, yes.
He redid, he had painted it.
So it is still his paint job.
Knowing that, her stepmom had turned the car over to us obviously meant a lot to the whole family, because she knew how much she loved the Corvette. And to be honest with you, that's how I got into the Corvettes, was because of her.
I followed in my father's footsteps with the Corvettes. Basically, we try to stay local with it. I especially like taking it to the Syracuse Nationals.
The car isn't, the best for tall people. So I have to drive this car because somebody doesn't drive a 4-speed, so I'm her chauffeur. And there's not a whole lot of room for tall people in that car, for sure. So it's not a comfortable car to take on a very long trip.
No.
I could tell you, we were coming back from VAB one year. I ran out of gas just because the gauges aren't working 100%. But that's part of the life of owning the car. Her dad used to run out of gas all the time in the car.
Yes, and the car used to sit on the side of the road until he went and got gas and brought it back, put it in, filled it up, and he could drive it again. I'll tell you what, at every show we go to, it does get a lot of looks. And I have a lot of people come up to me and say how beautiful it is, and they take pictures.
That's the most joyous about it all, is how much
is.
joy other people get out by seeing the car. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I was at a show yesterday in Oneida, and I had a guy, he was taking pictures, and he was forwarding them to his friends in other states. That meant a lot. It was like, wow.
Not being my family, I feel strongly that one of her nephews will probably end up with the car. I mean, she has one nephew that actually shows appreciation for it. Wanted his graduation pictures taken with the car and stuff. So,
yes.
It'd probably lean towards him more than anything. I can't say which one it is, but I'm sure if whoever sees this will know. But yeah, probably one of her nephews will end up with the car. Whichever one shows the most enthusiasm.
The camaraderie is great. We have made a lot of good friends.
Yeah, it's been.
And they all show appreciation. They all vote for me. So. Yeah,
over the last 10 years, the club had really changed to a more inviting atmosphere, I feel. Tremendous amount of events, tremendous amount of charity events that we like to attend and try to partake in, which is wonderful, because that's what it's all about, getting out, trying to help community and show off our beautiful cars.
We get a lot of looks on the road when we're all traveling. Especially when we do Vets for Pets. Vets at the Beach I would encourage anybody that has a Corvette to come and participate. We would love to have you. Yeah.
It's always the last Sunday of July. Granted, as long as the weather is good, we have a great turnout. Generally, we can raise easily around $10,000 a year for local charities, if not more. And that's what it's all about. And we encourage everybody, public, every Corvette owner, every person out there, just to come out, enjoy the day. Tons of raffles. This year, 65-inch screen TV, one of the mega raffles, and probably 30 to 50 gift baskets of some sort. So it's a really good fundraiser.
Okay. And it's a great day to be in Silver Beach.
A close friend of mine actually turned me onto the car. It was 2002, I believe. I was younger. I was just in the middle of starting a restoration on a 65 coupe that I bought, and that was actually my first Corvette. And Pat, a friend of mine, he was working on the 63 for a fellow that had it, and called me up and said, it's gonna be for sale, and you're gonna spend a lot of money restoring the car, and you should really think about it. It's a really nice car. You know, Pat knows a lot about this stuff and has been involved in it for years. So I took his advice. I went over and took a look at the car, and it was beautiful, and it had recently been redone. So long story short, I ended up selling the car that I had before I did any of the restoration stuff other than stripping it, and bought this car, and I've had it ever since. Yeah, I would say I'm a Corvette guy. My wife has an 80 Corvette. I have 3 Corvettes. I have an 06, I have a 67, and I have the 63. My family was all Corvette guys. Like my father and his brother had Corvettes in the 50s and 60s and 70s. My uncle right up through. My father kind of faded off a bit, came back on in his later years, but my uncle had owned hundreds of Corvettes literally throughout the years. So I had known a lot about every year and what things had to offer and what was rare and not. So it was not really a goal of mine, but I certainly knew what I had in front of me when I was given the opportunity to buy it. So it wasn't ideal of a time in my life to purchase the car. I had just been recently married, started having a family, and built a house and all kinds of things, but it was something I knew I couldn't let, slip by, so I pushed on and made it happen, I think even a lot of people that aren't Corvette or car people recognize what it is because, they've been given a lot of media attention forever, as far as they're kind of iconic because they are a one-off year. Quite honestly, the 67 that I have, I like probably just as much because I'm a kind of a muscle car guy, and the 63s weren't like big motor, they were all small block stuff. And the later years, 65, the big block came out. So like the 67 big block cars that was the one that I always hoped to own someday. I never really thought about the 63, but both, beautiful cars. So this car I have done very mostly mechanical stuff to it. Went through the transmission, put a clutch in it, did some brake work with it, minor mechanical stuff. The car, the reason that Pat had called me and said you really should buy this car was a friend of ours had restored the car for the previous owner. So the car had sat for a very long time. It was in Pennsylvania since the 70s. He ended up acquiring the car, the guy that owned it prior to me, and brought it to a guy that Pat and I know and had it restored. So they stripped the car and discovered that the car body was in really nice shape. It had never been hit or cracked up. And the guy did a really nice job painting the car. So I can't take really any credit for the restoration of the car. It was done by Joe Vecchio years ago. But the paint job on the car is 25 years old. It still looks really nice. It's a driver quality car. We do drive it. Both my kids are in their early 20s. They've learned to drive on that car because nothing has a standard transmission anymore. So my wife will drive the car. It's a valuable car, but we use it a bit in the summer. You know what I mean? It's not a trailer queen. It doesn't sit in the garage all the time. We do enjoy using the car, so. I bought this car right when I had just gotten married and started a family. So like we have pictures of both of our kids in the car seats in the car. Both the kids have learned to drive in the car. My wife will drive the car, which I have other muscle cars and stuff like that she has no interest in even looking at or touching. So the fact that everybody in the family has driven the car and been in it and everybody loves it, it would definitely be the last thing to go. You know what I mean? It's definitely, everybody in the family likes the car. So yeah, it's there to stay, I think.
The Syracuse Corvette Club was started in 1968 by some guys who had an affinity for Corvettes and getting together. Right now we are at just under 500 members, which is about 100 down from where we were 2 years ago. We do about 100 events every year, mostly between April and October. Our motto is, if you're not having fun, it's not our fault. They say that you come for the car, you stay for the people. Couldn't be more true with the Corvette family. The Syracuse Corvette Club will host its 33rd annual Vets at the Beach All Corvette Charity Car Show on July 26th this year in Sylvan Beach. It's always on the last Sunday of July. On a good weather day, we expect over 500 Corvettes. 507, I think, is our all-time record. We'd love to shatter that record. There are vendors and other craftsmen that are displaying goods in Sylvan Beach that day, so it's a great family day. Good music, good tunes, great cars. Every model and modification to the Corvette, colors and styles and things that you've never seen before. Admission is free for spectators. We charge $25 per Corvette to enter, but each Corvette gets a minimum of 3 door prizes that we hand out at registration. It's the best $25 you'll spend. He was a GM tech that was visiting Watkins Glen and saw the race cars and stuff there and knew that Chevrolet had come up with its own sports car to introduce to America. And in 1953, they came out with a Corvette. It was introduced at the New York City Motorama, and it was introduced with rave reviews. And 1953 was the very first year of the Corvette being produced. Very limited numbers that first year, but it was a success from the get-go, and to this day, huge success. The C1 was 1953 through 1962. The C2 came out in 1963. That was with a split window for 1 year through 1967. The C3 came out in 1968 and was built until 1982. The C4 was introduced in 1984 through 1996. The C5 was built in 1997 through 2004. The C6 was 2005 through 2013. The C7 was 2014 through 2019. And the C8 is 2020 through today's, the new ones are coming out now for the year 2026. The C1 was a very boxy looking car. They've changed the grille on it moving forward. The C2 was, the Stingray design was a whole new concept. The C2 is still my favorite design. The 63 split window coupe, again, that was the very first year of the C2, and the split window was deemed to be a safety hazard, so they discontinued them 64 going forward.
Why was that? Why was it a safety hazard?
Just because it obstructed, didn't give you a clear view out your rear view mirror, so they deemed it to be a safety hazard. So for liability purposes, they did away with it. The C3 was the shark look. The C4, again, was very state-of-the-art. The C5 was probably getting into a little bit more of a luxury ride from the previous generations. The C6, I own two of them, love them both. Have a C7 now, which again, my C4 was fun to drive. The C6 and C7 were fun and comfortable. And the C8s, people that have driven the C8s, they can't compare what the new ones are like to the older ones. My first time seeing a Corvette, touching a Corvette, would have probably been, I was probably 12 or 13 years old, working illegally for a friend of mine that owned a service station. He would say to me, hey, Jimmy, watch the pumps. I got to run to the bank, and he'd be gone an hour. But the C2s would come in. They had their fuel cap on the very back deck underneath the rear window. And again, just to be careful not to hit the car with a hose or the nozzle or drip any gas on it. I fell in love with them from that point, and I've been hooked ever since. 1994 was the year I bought my first Corvette. My dad was a car guy. He was a Mercury guy. He always carried a picture of his first Mercury in his wallet to the day he died. In 1994, my dad was on his deathbed at home under hospice care. And when I bought my first Corvette, I ended up buying it from a fellow classmate I had gone to high school with. It was a C4, 1990. I had my son with me, and the first stop we made after picking up the car was to pull up in front of my dad's house, who was able to look out from his hospital bed out through the picture window to see the car, and gave me the thumbs up and nice going, good job. And a week later, he was dead. So for me, my dad.
It's a 1972 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray, and it's fully chrome front and rear, 350, 325 engine, and I've had it now for about 12 years. I had one back in 1970 at this color, and it didn't have air conditioning, and the summer was 90 plus. I was for work driving between two plants. I couldn't take it. Nobody would put air conditioning in, dealership or repair shops. I had to sell it. So when I seen this advertised, because I really, in the back of my mind, I was watching for one about 25 years to see if I can pick one up. And this popped up. My nephew Mike and I said, let's go to Rochester. And that's where it was. You get behind the wheel and it's a different world, a fantastic world. And you'll say, am I dreaming or am I doing this? Especially, I love this one, but I have a C8 as well. And it's more convenient, more modern, so they're both great, fantastic. I bought in 1965, I bought a burgundy color convertible, and then unexpectedly my company, GE, asked me if I wanted to go work overseas. I stupidly sold it, I should have blocked it. And ever since then, I got to get another one, Now I'm up to number 8 on Corvettes. And it was an evolution between 65, 70, 66, then the 87, 84, 99, then the C8. Yep. So that tells you how, I gotta have one. You can't beat them. Once you get behind the wheel and you've had one and drive it, you're sold. You really are. Mountainous range with a lot of dips, turns, unending. And Jim Ennis is a great guy. When we have an event, he takes us for a 2-hour tour through the countryside. It's fantastic. They're all fantastic, great people, all look out for each other. I mean, I have one friend, Ron, he's like 6 foot. He says, you gotta look up to me. I said, I have a choice. So, yeah. And they're a great bunch of people. No matter where you go or what you do, you have a great time. For this one here, for this year, it had to be this color, this blue, but that's what I had back in 1970, same one. Gotcha. And the 70s are very close for configuration and everything. I definitely wasn't wealthy, but they consider you as wealthy. Oh, he's got a Corvette, he's got the money. I just kept quiet, smiled, let them think what they want to think. Yeah. They enjoyed looking at the car, that's all that mattered. there's just a lot of memories here from years past. And I have many friends in the Corvette Club who want to buy it too. And no, it's already designated to a niece. Yeah, so. And I won't do what I did before twice, maybe 3 times, sell it, resent it ever since it drove away. And always you get in here and you look, I open my garage door, I look, I got the C8 there, and this is next to it. I smile at this one. Yeah, I just love it.
It was my mother's, and she was going to sell it because they weren't driving it that much anymore because they had another Corvette, and my son said, "Mom, don't let Grandma sell it." So we have it, and his feet are kind of big because in the 78 they have a very small foot box, and he's got bigger feet, so it's not totally comfortable for him to drive, but he has driven it a few times, but that's pretty simply. And my mom bought it because she wanted her own. They had a 66 and she wanted her own Corvette, so they went and bought this one, and we still have it. And so I drive it up every once in a while for her to still take a gander at it. I like it. I think it's unique. It has character. I like it. And it was my mom's. It's not the car I learned to drive on. Although I will say it is nice to drive it. It's an automatic, which I love my stick, but it is nice to every once in a while just have a break and drive an automatic in it. This is a pace car. This is a silver anniversary car. If you looked in the center, there is a pace car thing that is actually part of the car. I don't know, it's a fun car, it's different, there's not a lot of them around. There was another one I saw here at the park a bunch of years ago, and a woman had it, and she had the T-tops out. I don't know if you've ever driven in a car without the T-tops. Well, I asked her, I go, "Oh, how do you like driving it without the T-tops?" "Oh, it's great." I'm like, she's fibbing, because if you drive in it, it's like a windstorm. It's not, it's not what you think, but it is definitely like a windstorm in there without the T-tops in it, but it's not something I do. I prefer to just, and it has a low grumble. I like that. It's a fun car to drive, and it's different. There's not a lot of them left around.
We are Tricia and Chris Stevens out of Pennellville, New York, and we're here to feature my 1984 Corvette. This is my second Corvette. I had a 1985 about 17 years ago. I'm the second owner to this vehicle. The first owner had passed away in the spring of 22. That's when I had purchased it from the family. I was actually looking for the C3 generation, and everything was out of my price range, and then I found this on the internet, and it was at a good price, and decided to pick it up sight unseen, and took my chances with it, and it turned out to be a very good car. When I was a kid, I seen Corvettes growing up in the 70s, and I thought they were really cool, and eventually decided when I was younger. When I become older, I would have my own Corvette. I know that after having it for 4 years, I wouldn't want to give it up. It's you get used to the car and you get the ins and outs of it, and you grow attached to it. And that's exactly how I feel about this particular vehicle. And I have had people say, why don't I get a C8? And well, I truly don't want a C8, and they're nice cars, but I prefer the older generations compared to the newer generations. We've made a number of trips to Corvettes of Carlisle, made a number of trips to Kentucky, and visited the Corvette Museum in Kentucky a number of times with the car. And it's a little rough riding, but it's a fun ride as well. It's like a new adventure every time we go out in it. You look at it I guess in a different perspective. People that don't have them, they look at them and wish they had one. But when you actually get one, it's hard to explain, but you, like I said before, you grow attached to it, and it's a fun car to drive. They're not just friends, they become family. We have become very close to a lot of the members, and we do a lot of things together, not only doing cruises or events together, but sometimes out of our personal time we'll take a cruise to go to dinner, or just recently some friends of ours and us went to the Lilac Festival in Rochester, and or you might go to breakfast, but you grow attached to these people, and they have again become family to us, not just friends. Especially when we go into the parades, the car is like a rock star. Everybody just is in love with the headlights, especially to the parades that we've been to repeatedly, and they ask to see the eyes, and we flip the lights for them, and they just go nuts. And I think that's probably one of the best features of the car, being an older car, and you get a lot of compliments as far as how this particular vehicle is usually the best one out of the group of cars that they like. Well, I wanted something with C4 in the plate, and wasn't really able to come up with much of anything, putting different combinations of letters and words together. Then I figured it has kind of two meanings. Ton of C4. I can lie and say it was because I played with plastic explosives in the military. But in reality, it was more of the fact that being that the car is a little over a ton, I just thought it was fitting for it to be ton of C4. And it has the C4 generation logo right into the plate.
Okay, this is a 1999 fifth generation Corvette. I bought it because I was going to retire, and I bought it early. This has an LS1 engine. It's the first year for the LS1. It's 350 cubic inches, 350 horsepower. I saw it online and I had to have it. It only had 8,000 miles on it, It was owned by a Vietnam veteran from Pennsylvania, and later I found his business card in the car, and I called him, and he was very excited to hear from me and to find out where his car went after he traded it in. I've had it for 4 years. I basically take it to Syracuse Corvette events, which I went today. Went to Vets for Vets. It's an organization that helps out veterans, and all the money raised goes to the veterans. This is called Torch Red. I do not, but it's actually 1999. We go to the Nationals every year, and we were in a Corvette display there for about 3 years in the Expo Center, and that was a lot of fun. My little grandson's 2 years old, and when he gets in the car, you can't get him out. And he was in there over an hour, and we had to cut it short, and he was very upset. It's basically the first Corvette that had the transmission in the back. It gives it a perfect 50-50 weight distribution. It also has balsa wood in the floor. It's 1 inch thick, and it absorbs road noise. It's in all C5 Corvettes, but it's not in any other Corvette. I like to go on car cruises with as many other Corvettes as we can get together. That's always a lot of fun. As far as plans for it, I'm just going to be the caretaker of it and try to keep it just like it is. A lot of people like to modify them, but this one is completely stock, and it's going to stay that way.